And it ends up with a UN government.
And that's an idea which is more about using the process of making things to support people to realise their own agency, their power to make and remake the world around them, rather than having a completed vision pushed on them. Ruskin's writing is rich and wide-ranging, but his vision for reform was rather brittle. He had a fantastic power to inspire, but those who followed him fell upon that same core economic problem time and time again.
Condor.
We decided we needed to find someone to talk to about the economics of quality and the quality of our everyday environment.
And who better than head of design at the planetary scale furniture fabrication and retailing giant IKEA, Marcus Engman. I'm outside Protein Studios in Shoreditch, about to go in to interview Marcus Engman, the head of design at IKEA. Do we have to say we're in Shoreditch?
I think you have to place yourself.
Right. After our exciting morning in the toilet factory in Staffordshire, the first thing we asked him was, why don't IKEA make toilets?
We've actually tried it once. There's so many differences in plumbing systems for all countries all over the world. So we don't get any economy of scale of us producing it. So we can't have one solution for each and every country, because then we will find ourselves in a crazy competition.
Turns out Marcus actually worked in a toilet factory before coming to IKEA.
For a while, and it's really, really advanced. You need to be extremely knowledgeable when you do toilets.
Eventually we moved off toilets and back to another daily inevitability, economics.
We have seen throughout those 75 years that we've been around that the major threshold for people to buy great design is actually price. So that's why we are keeping the prices low to get accessibility to great design. That's as simple as that.
So far, so good. We asked him about the people who actually make the products, the relationship between the producer and the object they produce.
So I guess the connection between man and object is one of the things that we're really preoccupied by in our practice in terms of how we connect with the built environment, living in an environment of things that feel like someone else has cared about them before they came to you. And I wondered if that's something that is also present in your thinking.
It's all about that relation, and also to appreciate the workers and their knowledge, actually. Which is really important as well, because that's when you do design in that way, in a crafted way, half of the job is actually done by the guy or girl who's putting it together. For us, there wouldn't be anything which is mass-produced without the knowledge about how to do it handmade from the beginning. So everything starts from out of that, the craft. And it's always been important for us to keep the craft alive also. So we actually invest in parts of our range which is not even profitable, just to keep the craft alive, and also to keep the knowledge about how to craft things alive.
One of the things that seems maybe a bit improbable about this conversation is that it feels like you've solved the arts and crafts dilemma, which seems too good to be true. But is it?
No, I would never say that we have solved that arts and crafts dilemma, but I think that we are making it in a good mix. For a lot of the discussion around arts and crafts and the dilemma of that is that it's always this either or. Maybe it is as simple as it is both and. So if you were interested in arts and crafts, you should be a little bit interested in new production techniques as well, and vice versa. So I think that's the solution.
But is it? I mean, we certainly learned something about our furniture by putting it together. But I'd say precious little about the material,
coming together,
about the people involved in getting it to the point where you can pull it off that giant-sized racking and stick it onto your trolley.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a kind of strangeness that's created by how popular IKEA is. That wherever you go, the furniture is the same.
If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down.
I think that's quite sad, because part of the variety and unpredictability
don't forget, it takes more muscles
lost the convenience.
To frown.
And IKEA can only really achieve that fantastic
turn that
value
frown
by more
upside
in the
down.
primary business of making from our everyday lives.
Yeah, right. I mean, our bookcases are made at an insane scale, halfway around the world, and then if you want to buy one, you have to go out of the city to an out-of-town retail park. I mean, it is part of a wider trend, but it's a trend which is hollowing